Repair cafes. How do they help the planet and your wallet?
This is the Earth Day Party Podcast with Shannon Burns and Sarah Christie. Get in, bestie. We're going to clean up the planet.
Hi, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Sarah.
And welcome back to another episode of the Earth Day Party, where we are diving into conversations with experts about the planet, sustainability, and what we can do to make a difference.
Shannon, we've all been here. We bought something well-intentioned, and then it breaks shortly after we bought it. And I feel like you can relate to this.
This is a topic that I am very passionate about because it really feels like, especially in this day and age, nothing is made to last. Right? I actually saw something the other day. There's this light bulb that's been on since like 1920 or something. So that just goes to show that it's still on to this day, that things back in the day were made to last. A light bulb these days, what do you get? A certain amount of hours out of it, then you toss it, then you replace it. And that's just a small example of what life is like right now. So yes, it is a passion of mine to discuss for sure.
Do you have anything that you've purchased recently that's just that happened to?
Thank you for asking, Sarah. I do, in fact. I bought the most expensive winter jacket I've probably ever purchased from Aritzia. And within a couple weeks of owning this jacket, the zipper on it would get stuck. Oh. And I looked it up online, and this is an issue that a lot of people have with this jacket. So I brought it back. They were nice enough to exchange it. A year goes by. I'm wearing it again. Just a few weeks ago, zipper breaks again. So annoying. So I just have to step in and out of my jacket anytime because it won't fully open, which is sometimes very awkward when I'm having meetings with people at coffee shops and things. And then I try to return it again, and they won't let me exchange it, which is so frustrating.
Step and zip. That's what you have now.
The worst. I just think for something that's so expensive, that should be something that you just assume will work, or they should figure out a way to fix it, right? Rather than replace it.
Well, you actually recommended the documentary to me, Buy Now.
Yes.
That is
on Netflix.
Frightening. But I learned something similar. So the person who basically designed the VR headset, which I bought for my partner a few years ago, he admits in the documentary that he built it in a way that it can't be repaired. That was not cheap. That is so upsetting. And it's bulky. So when inevitably the battery dies in it, that's a huge piece of trash, which plastic trash, battery trash, and it's all these natural resources that are just going to waste, which I think is the most misunderstood piece of all of this, is that our natural resources are not infinite. They are finite. Do you know what Earth Overshoot Day is?
No, please tell me.
Okay, so Earth Overshoot Day, according to their website, marks the date when humanity's demand for ecological resources and services in a given year exceeds what Earth can regenerate. So it's basically that point which we've taken too much, and the Earth is, now we're just taking too much after that. We're just getting greedy. The Earth can no longer regenerate the supply. And it moves. So last year, globally, it fell on August 1st, 2024, right?
Okay.
When it started in 1971, it fell in December.
Oh.
So as we grow,
yeah,
and the economy grows, and we want more and more and more, Earth Overshoot Day moves back further and further into the year.
Oh my goodness, so that's like the doomsday clock.
Kind of. It's the same vibe for sure. This year in Canada, March 26th was our Earth Overshoot Day. That's compared to countries with an ecological footprint that's basically a fraction of the size. For instance, Uruguay is December 17th. So, you know, we're taking too much here in Canada.
That's sweet, though. I like how they put that in that perspective because it almost makes you want to beat out other countries. We should turn this into a full competition every year.
We aren't the worst, but we are far from the best. That's what that tells us.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing for Canada.
There's this saying that always floats around. You've probably seen it on a meme on Instagram or something. The most sustainable product is the one you already have. That's kind of the theme for this interview.
Totally. And there's things that are so cool, like tool libraries where you can go to your local library and you can get a tool to borrow, and repair cafes, which I just learned about. This is so cool. It's a way to combat overconsumption, and it reminds us to work with what we already have. Don't feel like you need to just throw something out. Get it fixed instead. Saba Saneinejad is the lead of the Repair Café in Guelph, Ontario, and she is joining us today to talk about how they work, how you can start your own repair cafe, and just the importance of repairing before buying something new.
I am very new to knowing even what a repair cafe is. I had no idea that this even existed. For people like me, can you explain what it is and just how it works?
A little bit background. Repair Cafe as a movement started over 10 years ago now, and in Netherlands by someone. And she basically started the Repair Cafe website, and she's now providing a lot of support for the repair cafes who want to start. So that's repaircafe.org. Repair cafes are basically events that are public events. It's typically free to attend with donations welcome. We would have a lot of fixers who know how to fix different kind of items, household items, clothing, wooden furniture, as far as things that you can carry with you. So we have had things that people had to carry hardly, definitely not easily with them, but still we could work on those. We have people who are volunteering, are thinkers and hobbyists who like to play with electronics, electro appliances, but also people who have businesses. Like we have seamstresses who do that as a business, jewelry, people who work on jewelry, make jewelries as a business. So
you lead the Repair Cafe in Guelph. I actually had the pleasure of seeing it in action a few weeks ago. Brought my cat fountain because the pump stopped working. How did you first get involved?
I knew about the Repair Cafe in Toronto. I was really impressed. So when I moved to Guelph and I saw the community in Guelph, I felt like it's such a great fit. But I didn't feel I can do it by myself. I felt like I need someone, a friend, to join me. So I asked around, no one wanted to do it with me. So I'm like, okay. Then I'm a co-founder of the Tool Library. So when we started the Tool Library with Susan and John, first project that came to my mind, I thought Repair Cafe makes total sense. And now we have a group. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more volunteers to join. So that's how in 2007, I believe, we started the Repair Cafe and the Tool Library at the same time.
What are some of the most common items that you typically see people come in with?
I would say in terms of types, like electrical appliances are definitely highest type of item people bring, but also more specifically, I would say coffee machines is something that's typically people bring, and some are very difficult to fix, especially more advanced ones where, they have to put it apart and think about it. And I'm not even a fixer, so I don't know all the terminology, but some of it, like my own coffee machine, first time I took it to the Repair Cafe, just needed descaling. So a lot of them are just easy fixes that maybe the person doesn't know what to do or how to do it, but some of them are more advanced. Smaller appliances such as toaster oven, kitchen mixers, those are, a lot of people bring them, but also they're very difficult to fix, unfortunately.
Do you feel like, having done it as long as you have, do you feel like items are becoming more almost like disposable? It feels like even our phones and different things feel like they're almost like cheaper made, or they're not made to last these days. Do you find that?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case. A lot of them are hard to fix. They don't make them in a way that it's easy to find the parts necessarily, or even open it. Sometimes some of the appliances, they need a special screw to even open it, and they don't want people to do that. And to your point, they make them much cheaper. I think in the last Repair Cafe where Sarah was there, someone brought measuring tape. It's actually a very cheap item to buy, but he wanted to get it fixed. But the fix of that is it takes at least half an hour, because it was just, the whole thing was messed up in there. So someone had to open it and redo it inside. So then he just said, I'm just going to go buy another one for $10. It's not worth the time. So unfortunately and he just bought it. So he said it's very new, and unfortunately that happened. So that's unfortunately the case, but I feel like that's why a movement like things what we do is important, because there are still a lot of things that can be fixed. And we have people who are willing to spend time, think about it. Even if a part is not available, we can grow it using 3D machines. We can come up with hacks, like our fixers have lots of different hacks that they come up with. Even sometimes they couldn't open a screw because they didn't have the right type. They just drilled through it. So just force it open. We still, our fix rate is about 70 to 80%, which is quite good.
This feels like a natural segue then. Repair cafes, you mentioned the Tool Library as well. Someone listening might recognize that as a library of things. I know they're called different things in various cities. Why are these all in the same bucket as environmental stewardship?
Repairing items, a lot of things these days we don't think about it's fixable. We just buy it, it's cheap, we throw it away. So I see a lot of people who bring stuff. Some of them think environmentally, some of them think it's an item that has been in their family for a long time. They don't want to throw it away. So we started Repair Cafe for thinking about environmental reason, but also a big part of it for us was the community part, as well as just teaching the skill of fixing to the community. We felt like it's diminishing, it's going away, but with these kind of events happening around the world, a lot of these skills are going to be continuing. So we measure basically the weight of items that we fix and can calculate how much waste we're diverting from the landfill, which is a large amount, is a lot of waste that we can divert. And the more we run these events, the more you can do it. It's just capacity of what we can do.
Totally. I saw something the other day that said like Gen Zs these days would rather pay someone to fix something than learn how to fix it themselves, or like they don't even know how to screw in a light bulb. There's just these basic skills that are kind of going away. So how do you feel like we can retrain our brains to kind of go back to a time where our default is repairing something rather than just buying something new?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, unfortunately, it's just maybe the way our Gen Z generation is thinking, but I was thinking not a good side of the economical challenges we're having, but maybe if people have to pay for buying a new item or pay someone to fix it, they can think themselves, well, I can do it myself. We can see a lot of these movements kind of that happened in the past. Seems like they reappear over years and the values change. So I hope that kind of fixing, even for clothing, I see that some of the new generation, they have pride in fixing their own item or making it look like it's visible mending, or so it seems like it's a new trend that's starting in certain areas. And I hope for, again, beside clothing, maybe for electronics, for other items, it becomes more of a trendy thing that people start doing. But also by talking about how it helps our environment, bring the community together, all the aspects that we think it's important, and try to see how we can bring people and show them the joy of fixing, because there's a lot of joy in it, and hopefully they see it when they're there.
When that's not our default, when we're not thinking, oh, this can be repaired, this can be upcycled, who wins?
The manufacturers who create them more and more. But the environment, not our wallets, capitalism wins. And we're with the tool library, with the Repair Cafe, we're just trying to encourage the mindset of there is more we can do. We don't have to just fall in the trap of, well, this is our new society, this is a new way they want us to be. We can have a say in how we want to be.
How can people find more information?
We keep our website up to date with our events, so guelph2library.org, and under our projects you can find about repair cafes, and we have a calendar of events that our dates are there. On our social media, Facebook, Instagram, we always post about it a month in advance as well.
So if the person listening doesn't have a repair cafe in their area yet, maybe this has inspired them to start one. Do you have any advice for what they can do at home?
Yeah, I mean, we just had 2 people from Orangeville join us last Repair Cafe and asked, we want to start it. First of all, I'm happy anyone can reach out to me. I got lots of help from different Repair Cafes, happy to share that with other people. But also what to do at home, just don't be afraid. Start thinking about what is it that you have that needs fixing. I sometimes just don't know, even like by default, I just put something aside and think, okay, this is out. But then bring it out and show it to your friends and say, hey, does anyone know how to fix this? And you will be surprised. That's the way we found all the fixers. I reached out once to the community, and there were so many people who raised their hand and said, we want to come and fix. And they're all so passionate about doing this. So I won't have any doubts that we will have a lot of people who'd like to do it. It's just a matter of someone leading it and starting it.
That's so great. Thank you so much for joining us today and teaching us so much about it. That's so great.
No problem. I'm always happy and excited to talk about it, even after, again, 8 years. It still feels like brand new and exciting every event we go. So yeah, thanks for the opportunity for me to talk about this and spread the word.
What a great conversation. That really makes me want to find a repair cafe that's near me.
funny that you mentioned that. So repaircafe.org, I learned this thanks to this interview, actually has a global map where you can type in your city and it'll take you to your closest repair cafe, and it shows how many we have here in Canada. So I really do encourage you, or if you're listening, to go check it out, because you likely have one within driving, maybe walking distance.
That's so sweet. And even going to this and bringing things to repair, it's such a great way to go against capitalism, because I think we are always influenced just to go out and buy the latest thing or buy the new product or the updated product. So this is such a great way to fight against that.
Saba mentioned too, you can reach out to her if you want to start one in your own city. So if this did start getting some wheels turning in your mind, that's what's so great about so many people doing the work in this activism, is they want to help you do the same thing. You know, no one's gatekeeping environmental activism. So definitely look into it. What were some of your big takeaways there from that conversation?
Yeah, I think it's a good reminder to even yourself try to fix the things that are broken in your own home. So I think that will be a big thing for me. I'm going to buy some super glue and really have it on hand. So if something does break around my house, I'm going to try my best to fix it or bring it to a repair cafe before just going out and buying something new. So that definitely motivated me. What about you?
That's so funny that you say super glue, because I literally have, it's one of, what are they called? The little dishes that you put your dirty spoon on when you're cooking something on the oven?
Does it have a name for it?
Dirty spoon dish.
Yeah, exactly. The dirty spoon dish.
It broke, and my natural instinct was to go, oh, okay, I gotta go buy a new one. And then I had to take a step back and go, wait, that's literally what we're trying to avoid. And so I have to go buy super glue to glue it back together, because it broke. It had a clean break, so it wasn't shattered glass everywhere. So I think I can repair it.
Nice.
But it's just that mindset of taking a minute before you just think, I gotta go buy something new, more.
Totally. I think also because of just how easy it is to buy things online, you can do it in the click of a button. Like, impulse buying has never been so easy. So yeah, I think also just taking the time to put something in my cart, maybe wait a few days and really decide if it's something that I need.
That's what they say works. Sometimes you just have an itch where you want to window shop and you don't actually need to buy anything. And it's such a great, my friend goes to the mall and will window shop all the time just to get out and change the scenery. And she doesn't actually buy anything, but she says it helps just scratch that itch.
I love that. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Sarah, and thank you so much for coming out to the Earth Day party.
Earth Day Party podcast is in support of WWF Canada. Help protect wildlife and fight climate change during Earth Month with a gift to WWF Canada. You can give now at wwf.ca/earthmonth.